Wendy Stock has had the honor to become the first fast food stock to enter the red hot meme world. Congrats, here's your trophy, because on June 9th, the shares spiked 16%. In fact, it outperformed AMC and GME for a short period of time, which leads us to the question,
why is that?
Yes, it's Teen Wealth here, and if you're not already subscribed, make sure to do so, as I post finance videos every single week and it's completely free. Now, make sure that you stay till the end because I talk about the most important thing, whether you should invest in it or not, and let's just get started. For the most part, Wendy's is an international food chain that we all know and love. Not only is it iconic because of that little girl with its red pigtails, which low-key look like me when I wear braids, but they specialize in their burgers. To be honest, I like their Frosties because if you just slap that on some Doritos or fries, it's such a good snack, especially when you're going to an amusement park. But they're also known for their hilarious tweets and savvy comebacks throughout social media. And you know you were a cool kid when in elementary school you went out for lunch and you came back holding a Wendy's bag. You were valid. But for the most part, the stock has been performing pretty consistently. If you look at it overall and an overall pattern, it's actually been going up and increasing at a steady pace, except for when the pandemic hit and the shares actually plummeted to record low and it went down to $10.94 USD a share when it was at $22 USD just the month before. But if we're being honest, all the companies saw a dip during the pandemic and it was pretty normal. Okay, but all that aside, let's talk about the real elephant in the room. How come Wendy's is suddenly a meme stock? Well, we all know why investments go viral anyways, and it's because of Reddit. Now, the forum that everyone's talking about is Wall Street Bets, infamous for Gamestop, AMC, and other really crazy short squeezes, but it was briefly mentioned that Wendy's might be their next short squeeze candidate. However, Yahoo Finance says that only 4.64% of Wendy's stock is actually being sold short, meaning that these hedge fund and Wall Street investors may not be looking to actually short the stock. In fact, Wall Street Bets actually likes Wendy's.
What did she say?
Because unlike other meme stocks, Wendy is a fundamental business that is actually growing and doing well for itself. It almost beat out McDonald's US's 13.6 growth in the first quarter. But just to compare it to something else, the same store sales for stores like Burger King US rose 6.6% in the quarter. Additionally, Wendy's CEO Todd Penegor is actually really honing in on this breakfast idea to be the next big thing once the economy roars back to life and things go back to normal, whatever that is at this point. Penegor tells us that he's looking to having 8,000 Wendy's stores in 2025. Now, as to whether you should invest in it or not, well, I think personally it all comes down to a couple factors. So a lot of the reason why someone might invest in a stock in the first place is because of three things: whether you believe in it or not, and you think that there's going to be future innovations, whether you think that it's going to be able to adopt and grow, and whether you think it's going to be around for a long time. Now, it doesn't need to be a combination of all three, but it can be either one. So for example, if I think that a company I believe in and is going to have future innovations would be Tesla, because, you know, Cybertruck, new different car designs. I think Elon Musk is going to come up with new designs. I think something that still has room for adaptability, I would say TikTok, because it's an app that's relatively new, but there's always going to be room for improvement, like saving videos and new features that are going to roll out. Hopefully a creator fund in different countries. Yes, this is my cue to shamelessly promote myself at Teen Wealth with 2 H's on TikTok. Follow me. And number 3 would be something that I think would always be around. Now, I think that Google is always going to be around because not only is it such a dominant search engine, probably the number 1 largest search engine out there, because at this point we're not even like search it up, we're like Google it, right? So I think that's always going to be around. People are always curious, there's always going to be questions, and that's why Google is always going to be a big thing, which is why I would invest in it. Now, as for whether you should invest in Wendy's, if all of these 3 factors or even one of them hits your checklist, if you believe in it, etc., if you think that they're going to innovate, they're always going to be around because they're a fast food company, then go ahead and invest in it. But I wouldn't say that it might be the best stock for a short squeeze, because investors of Wall Street might not even want to short the stock. Okay, so a little bit of a disclaimer is that there's some kind of word going around that this whole Wendy's thing is a distraction created by the hedge fund investors to distract you from the AMC stock. So, not sure if it's entirely true, but just keep that in mind, okay? Which means that the Wall Street Forum might not even see it as a short squeeze candidate on Reddit. Meaning that if you want to invest in it, sure, for the long term, go for it, because their stock just might grow. If you look at the stats now, for the most part, they are going up. Obviously, inflation has a little bit to do with that, but overall the trend is increasing. And if it so happens that it gets shorted, then you have that stock anyways. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so I know that you actually enjoy this video, and I'll make sure to make more of it. And also make sure to subscribe, as I post finance videos every single week and it's free. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.